Welcome back to Mars Attacks. My name's Mars, and today we're attacking the topic of the future of work. We'll be exploring how AI will change work in the coming decade, and I'll be giving you 3 surefire ways to make sure AI doesn't steal your job. You ready? So, how will AI affect the job market over the next decade? Good question. Let's start with the obvious. In every great technological revolution since the advent of fire, society and the very definition of what it means to work has gone through radical change, and now is no different. This is no time to be passive. Make no mistake, AI is coming for your job. AI will disrupt all industries in some way, just like the internet did. But the important thing to remember here is that your job does not define you, but the work you choose to do and the purpose behind why you do it does. The future of work and the jobs that will be AI-proof are those which involve a certain level of complexity and unpredictability, which leads us to the first important definition. This one point will change your outlook on the human versus AI debate. Understanding the difference between complicated and complex problems gives us a way to think about the future coexistence between humans and AI in the work environment. Complicated problems are like building a skyscraper, where there are many parts that can be analyzed and worked on independently. Complex problems, on the other hand, are like climate change or poverty, where there are many interdependent factors that can't be easily separated and the situation is constantly changing. Complicated problems can be broken down into smaller parts, but complex problems cannot be easily analyzed in isolation. Now, even though AI can help us process and identify patterns in complex problems, it will never replace humans in making the decisions needed to solve them. That's because humans are at the center of most complex problems, and we are not simple creatures. We're dynamic and ever-changing beings, and AI has no way of understanding this intangible nature of us humans, the very thing that makes us different from them. Now, complex problems are the future of human work, the important problems that only collaboration between humans can solve. Of course, with a little help from AI. Key takeaway here: AI is best to automate complicated problems, and humans are best to solve complex problems. Understand this properly and you'll understand the future of work and your place in it. Which brings us to our first super spark. Spark number 1. One thing is for certain, just like the internet, AI will create just as many jobs and opportunities than it will take away, if not more. Culture is converging in some super interesting ways as countries, industries, and genres become less defined and more co-combabulated. It's a word. As these different cultures and technologies collide, we see amazing opportunities arise in the connective tissues of these collisions. And as AI begins to interact with every industry, it opens up potential that was not possible even a year ago. Meaning that we will see companies have the power to tackle problems they couldn't up until recently. Looking for work and opportunities in these newly opened corners of industry can be super lucrative. If you're the entrepreneurial type, there are many opportunities arising just by taking the current AI design tools like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion and applying them to current Web 2 business models. If you're more of the I'm looking for stable employment type, then look for the companies that are popping up and getting funded in these new areas. I've left a list of all recently funded AI companies in the notes of this YouTube video to help you get started. Startup life is not for the faint-hearted, but if you're early enough into a niche, a company can settle in and dominate for decades to come, giving you stable work and plenty of opportunity to grow in your position as an early employee. Key takeaway: AI is creating just as many opportunities as it's taken away. So if you're looking for work, find the new and promising companies that are utilizing AI to dominate and join them. Spark number 2. If you're scared of AI, it's time to grow the f*** up and start to actually utilize it to your advantage. The reality of the situation in the job market over the next decade is that the jobs AI will take over won't even be advertised on the market to begin with. So technically, you're still going to be competing against other humans for jobs. So the best thing that you can do in this situation is to embrace and utilize AI to outcompete in the job market. There's so many ways you can take advantage of this technological renaissance. So many great tools to help put you ahead of the competition and make you more attractive to potential employers. So many, in fact, that I couldn't possibly list them all here. So my recommendation is to go and check out my man Matt Wolf's YouTube channel. He does an amazing job to keep up to date with what's happening across the AI industry, and his website futuretools.io has everything you need to know about the best AI tools available out there. These tools can accelerate your work and supercharge your creative potential, which is only going to make you look more attractive in the job market. Key takeaway here, embrace AI wholeheartedly. Learn how to use it to its full extent, because in the end, it will give you the competitive edge over the other humans in the job market. Spark number 3. If you're looking for work that's AI proof, focus on culture over compensation. Let me explain. If you're not in a position to become an entrepreneur and build a business that represents what you believe in, then look for companies and organizations that already have. Companies with a strong culture and a purpose-driven mission value people over machines, and they'll value what you have to bring to their community over any AI. Key takeaway here, culture and purpose will define the companies of the next decade. Align your purpose first, and the opportunities will follow. Now it's time for a bonus spark. This is one of my favorite analogies. Humans, like songs, are greater than the sum of their parts. Bear with me for a second. A song is made up of hundreds of little parts, and on their own, they're not much. But put them together in just the right way, and those same parts create magic. Complex emotions, feelings, harmonies, something that wasn't there before suddenly comes to life. This magic is known as emergence, which simply means that out of all the parts being added together emerges something extra that wasn't there before. Now, humans are the same. Add up all our parts, bones, blood, brains, veins, and organs, and it shouldn't equal consciousness and creativity, but somehow it does. And it's this emergent property that is what separates us from machine. An intelligence that's far from artificial. An intelligence that's multidimensional in nature. So, one way to dominate the future of work is to not compete against AI at all. Instead, train the things that make us uniquely human. Train your polyintelligence. As the name suggests, poly means many, and you may be surprised to know that there are in fact many different types of intelligence that we possess as humans. And it's important to understand what these types of intelligence are and how we can activate them to deal with the massive changes humanity is going through right now. Problems where you need to take into account a host of intangible inputs like cultural, intrapersonal, and interpersonal considerations, all aspects that AI can't do well at all. It gives you the foundation to develop what used to be known as soft skills, but we can now come to realize that they're not soft at all. These are human superpowers, the very skills that make us unique and valuable in the workplace. And one of the best ways to train these superpowers is to head over to Polynize.io and train your superpowers in the esports of intelligence against other humans and AI. Platforms like these give us the chance to train our polyintelligence, which will keep us ahead of the game for the decades to come. Key takeaway here, humans are greater than the sum of our parts, and you can develop your potent superpowers by training your polyintelligence. So to sum it all up, here's my TLDR on the future of work and AI. As the fear around AI begins to fade in the coming years, we'll begin to realize that it has given us a precious gift. It's forcing us to actually define what it means to be human. It's forcing us to have the tough conversations and understand that ultimately work shouldn't actually be monotonous, repetitive, and boring. It should be mentally challenging, inherently rewarding, and work ultimately should be a deeper expression of our creative potential and deeper purpose. And the winner in the future of work are those who will embrace the new technology to make their creative potential even more potent. Thanks for joining me today on Mars Attacks. If you have any more sparks on this topic, please drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more sparks to supercharge your creativity, and make sure to share this video with someone that you feel needs their intelligence hacked. My name is Mars, and you can consider this topic